welcome back to the Chambercast. I'm your host, Jay Heish. And I got in the studio today with me, Stephen Stitely. You're from Saunders Tax and Accounting Services, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. How's it going? How are you?
It's going very well. It's the start of tax season, so we're hitting the ground running and very busy already.
Everyone's favorite time of year.
Well, not necessarily
For you
favorite,
guys.
but one we have to take care of. Yep.
Yeah, I got you. All right. You're the operations manager over there, right?
Yes.
What does that entail?
So my job is really making sure the rest of our staff have all the tools they need to make sure they get their jobs done. So I do some tax returns. I primarily focus on our corporate clients.
Okay.
But really it's making sure the computer's in place, the technology, the processes, the staffing.
Got
so
you.
Our clients are well
Yeah, a lot
serviced.
under your thumb there, huh?
Try to keep an eye on everything. Yeah.
All right. How many, what's the staff size over there?
So year round, we run about a dozen staff, and then during tax season, we staff up to about 30.
Wow.
So
okay.
we add about 18 new people every tax season for seasonal roles.
Wow. You got to train them all too, or something come
Yes.
already trained? Or?
So we train them all. So we offer actually a tax course. So starting in the beginning of October, running through the fall, we do a 10-week course that teaches someone who knows nothing about taxes how to completely do a personal tax return along with a small business and a rental.
Right.
And so we had about 45 people go through our tax class this year. Of those, a certain number are doing it for themselves. Some are doing it because they want to work somewhere else. And we hired about 7 of those to come work for us this year as well. So
okay. Well, there you go. What's your background in this? You a tax guy?
So I grew up around the tax world. So my mother owns Saunders Tax and Accounting, has been involved in taxes since I was very young. But actually my background's a little bit different. I previously was an ordained minister and was a hospital chaplain.
Wow. Okay.
And then during COVID, it made sense for my wife and I to move back to Hagerstown. We had been living in Hawaii for several years. And we'd already talked about moving back into the family business. So it just made sense at that time for me to move into the family business at that point. So
And here you are.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. When was that? When did you move back? How long? During COVID.
So
right?
yeah, so we moved back in June of 2020 is when we moved back.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you're then, well, let me start here. You guys have been members of the chamber since 2008.
Yes, so Saunders has been a member of the chamber since 2008, so it's been about 16 years for us. We really enjoyed that. But we've been in Hagerstown since 1984. This will be our 41st year in business.
Okay.
So Saunders started out with our founder, Nancy Saunders, sitting down at her kitchen table doing taxes by hand on the long forms. And then
school.
Very much so. And she's coming back for her 52nd year of doing taxes this tax season with us. So she has clients that this is her 4th generation of their family does the tax.
She can't let go. She's addicted to it. Huh?
She is. She enjoys the time
crunch.
with her clients. They become her friends and her family. So she enjoys that very much.
Yeah. All right. Steve, you're also an ambassador here at the chamber. How's that going? How long have you been an ambassador?
So this is my 3rd year being an ambassador, so I've really enjoyed it. I found a great benefit when I moved back and took over my role at Saunders, being the networking person, diving into the chamber and seeing the connections I can make there. And so as I became engaged, the chamber asked me if I'd be willing to volunteer to help others become engaged. And so been very happy doing that. And then as an ambassador, get to do that and help out there. So
there you go. All right. And so you have a background in community engagement?
So I try to be very engaged in the community. My previous career, as I said, was as an ordained minister. So that's very much the community engagement piece. So I try to continue that. So here in Washington County, I'm involved at a local children's museum, the Discovery Station. So I've been on the board there. I'm coming back onto the board here in the near future. So I've loved helping out there. I'm also one of our Gen Next members here at the chamber. So the different philanthropic things that we do together as the Gen Next of gift wrapping. We'll go over to Party Keating to the tree decorating. We help with the Meals on Wheels program, things like this way.
Okay, well, back to Saunders Tax and Accounting. So how do you explain what other services are provided there?
Absolutely. So the quick answer is we're a full service tax and accounting firm. So we do taxes, bookkeeping, payroll, business coaching, and then IRS resolution, all of those things. Basically, anything that small business owner needs that's not their expertise. So we have tons of great contractors, restaurants, that do their job really well, but nobody got into those things to do bookkeeping.
Yeah, no kidding.
And so we are here to fill those needs for them. So if they have questions about what tax compliance things they need to do, how best to keep their books in QuickBooks, how they need to do payroll for their staff, those rules and laws are constantly changing. So we stay up to date on those so that they don't have to.
Every year it changes, right?
Every year, sometimes multiple times during the year.
That's crazy. Yeah. Interesting. Just curious, as a business owner, you being a tax and accounting service and been around for so long, do you guys have a certain person? Do you have a certain office you reach at the IRS if you have questions or whatnot? Or do you got to wait on hold like everybody else?
So yes and no.
Okay.
We do have to technically wait in line like everyone else, but we do have some softwares that we can use that jump the queue by constantly calling in and then we utilize it. It can put us.
But you guys don't have a special hotline or a bat phone.
So there is a practitioner priority line. The wait times aren't that much different, unfortunately, though. So
I
it
know.
doesn't.
That's what I've
Yeah.
heard.
But what our benefit is, we do speak the lingo. So when you're calling in,
True.
you're trying to
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
you're trying to get a
I
basic
would
answer
win
to
the
a
whole
basic
conversation in
question,
5 seconds. Yeah.
but you're speaking a different language than the IRS agent is.
Yeah.
When we call in, we're speaking the same language.
Yeah,
that the
you know what you're
IRS
looking at
agent
on the
is.
paperwork and all that.
So we do cut the corners there. And then we do
Mm-hmm.
try and facilitate relationships both with the IRS local office and with our local
Mm-hmm.
relationship with the Maryland Comptroller, so that when we do have issues, especially when we see things that are affecting more than one client,
Mm-hmm.
we can call in and be like, hey, this is hitting 4 or 5 people. Maybe there's a bigger concern here.
Right.
Let's help out that way. So
So, question for you though,
Mm-hmm.
as we just mentioned, the rules and regs seem to change every year or throughout the year with the IRS and all that. Going into tax season here in 2025, do you have anything you want to tell people as they're getting ready to do the paperwork and hand it over to you?
Absolutely. So this year, it's actually not a lot of big changes from last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was an election year. They're always hesitant to change things up right before an election.
Right.
So I anticipate some stuff changing going into 2026. But right now, what your taxes looked like in 24, pretty much what they're going to
Same
look like the
thing?
same this year.
No big.
No big adjustments. If you did buy a new clean electric vehicle, make sure you kept your paperwork on that. If you made any improvements to your house with like low energy cost saving measures, keep your paperwork on that. There are some tax credits there.
Right.
Basically, it's when you're coming to me, if you have all your paperwork in line, we're at the end of January right now when we're recording this. Today is the last day for your employers to have gotten your W-2s and 1099s out to you. So ideally, you should be receiving all those in the mail or electronically in the next couple of weeks. Once you have all those, just bring them into your tax preparer. They'll let you know if you're missing anything else and can help you get that tax. return
You're
filed on
about to
time.
get busy, huh?
We are, yes. We
The
pick
next,
up very
next
much.
2-3 months are going to be balls. Oh, well, it's going to be busy.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. But you yourself, taxes and all that. You partake? Do you understand it?
I do. So I'm an enrolled agent with the IRS. So that means I have passed an
geez.
exam that the IRS holds that says I'm a tax expert.
Okay.
So
You are.
I have the same credentialing as a CPA or a lawyer to represent someone before the IRS.
But
So
you yourself, Stephen, do you like it? You see numbers, you see a spreadsheet, you see the taxes, you go,
I like taxes because taxes are like a puzzle. It's finding an answer. So we do accounting, which is like finding that last penny.
Sure.
I don't enjoy that piece. I have staff that love, nothing makes them happier than a balance
Like
balance.
forensics experts,
Yeah,
right? They want to find it.
They
Yeah.
enjoy that. They get up and
More
celebrate.
power to you, man.
And I'm happy if you're close enough. But for taxes, I really enjoy finding the answer because nobody's tax return looks exactly the same, and the rules apply to everybody a little bit differently.
Right.
Everyone can take advantage of different rules and different things, and finding the best way to make the tax law work for our clients really is something that brings me satisfaction of, all right, here's their situation, here's the rules that can help them out, here's how we make sure that they are in compliance and paying what they
Right.
owe,
Right.
but not paying more than they owe, and paying
Don't do
and
that.
getting back what they should be getting back. So.
All right. Because, to me, on the outside looking in, it's a big Rubik's Cube, but you see it differently. So,
Yes, I mean,
yeah. I get it.
yeah,
You're like a doctor for taxes.
and it's like any expertise, like
Right.
there's satisfaction in it, and
Yeah.
we really appreciate. Like I said, I will never do my roof on my house by myself.
Well,
Like
of course.
I will hire somebody to
No,
do that.
absolutely.
And
right.
so I want to be
Yeah.
that same type of professional for someone that needs their taxes done and needs
Oh,
that
I know.
expertise.
I know people that still insist on doing it themselves and they wind up,
I will say
getting twisted up.
it's a great revenue stream for us when someone has done their own taxes for a couple of years and then
When
comes
they
back
find
and
out.
assets to fix them. So
Right,
yeah.
right.
Call Display J at ExpoNet USA for all your portable display and graphics needs. With printing facilities nationwide, Display J's got you covered on both sides of the country and anywhere in between. You've got a guy. Call Display J at 301-378-9363 or www.exponetusa.com. Also available on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
All right. Well, hey, as an ambassador and also as Saunders Tax Accounting as a member of the chamber, right? What would you tell to any business or individual who wants to join the chamber and they're on the fence? What would you tell them?
So the chamber is the best networking opportunity and marketing opportunity available in our community. It is not something that you just sign up for and it does itself. It's a
Right.
system you have to work. But if you're willing to invest some time and energy for very low cost, you can get a lot of benefit from it. There are people here who want to help you out. Washington County is a community that wants to support Washington County. And so if you're engaged and showing that you care about the community, they're going to care back and they're going to utilize your services rather than somebody else.
Gotcha. You heard it here first, folks. You heard it from Steve and Stitely. Saunders Tax Accounting. I want to thank you for coming on the Chamber Cast. And if you want to come on the Chamber Cast, just reach out to Brianna or Maddie or Paul Fry over there at the office. Information right here on the screen. I'm Jay Heiss for the Chamber Cast. Until next time, see you later.